You know, these might be the best training shoe on the planet.
You're not biased or anything, are you?
Back to PWRRUN Shoe Reviews. This is episode 10. My name is Colin Cambridge, and alongside me I have Pierce McShane. And today we are talking about probably the best running shoe on the planet.
No. We're getting into that not so well.
But yes, today we're going to talk about the Saucony guides. Pierce, what do you think? As a rundown?
Yeah, well, for me, when I first started working in the shop, maybe going on 4 years now. Time flies, doesn't it? But yeah, when I first started working in the shop, I got myself, well, that was the first pair of shoes I actually bought, was a pair of Saucony guides. I think it was a 9th edition or something like that, because Connell kindly recommended them, so he did.
Best shoe.
Yeah, wasn't a fan. Really wasn't a fan of them back then, so I wasn't, and to be fair, I wasn't until about 10 minutes ago when I put them on. But yeah, no, it's like a completely new shoe, so it's even compared to the previous version, like the ISOFIT, it is like a completely new version. And the reason it is like that is because previously they would have used this FORMFIT cushioning, which for me I just found it a wee bit firm, a wee bit stiff, a wee bit rigid. It just didn't mold to my feet right. I just always found it a wee bit chunky. Whereas recently they've changed to this new PWRRRUN cushioning. So the idea is it's a bit more bouncy, it's a bit more spring this type, it molds your foot a bit more. I think it actually offers, now it may not be right in this, but around about 5 to 10% more energy return. So there's a lot more of a kind of a softer shoe for the feet. It does give you a bit more protection, so it does. Then they would also have this kind of mild support system on the side. So it's a PTU system, which is pretty much just a fancy name for their support block. So it's designed to keep you kind of running nice and neutral. So if you're an overpronator, say someone wearing the GT1000s, the New Balance Fongos, Hoka Rahi.
Yeah, it's actually quite similar as well to the 860s from
yeah, it is.
Balance,
which in fact Saucony were one of the first shoes to kind of break away from that stigma of having a super heavy, chunky, supportive shoe. They're one of the first brands that break into that kind of lightweight, supportive cushion shoes, which is built from anything from 5k to the marathon distance. So it's definitely broke that stigma, and it is, I'd say, it's a perfect shoe for someone who's looking to break away from, say, Asics 1000s or New Balance Fongos.
Yeah, definitely good for someone who's trying to try something new.
Yeah,
they haven't had a Saucony before.
Yeah, for people who are running, say, Nike Structures, perfect shoes for this. But yeah, it's for that kind of mild pronator, so it's mild to moderate pronator. But that's the cushion is not the major change. It's actually the upper on it.
So when we get into the upper here, they previously in previous models from the guide here, they had the ISOFIT. So the ISOFIT basically acted as almost like a memory foam, but it was in the upper. You know, it sort of molded the shape of your foot. Now they've actually just gone back to basics. They've decided, you know what, we're going back to the old, well, not old, but like they're going back to the more traditional type feel of the shoe, and they've got rid of the ISOFIT on the top, and they've replaced it with this new engineered mesh. So basically the engineered mesh here, it's almost like, I mean, for me, I didn't put this shoe on in previous models. Like, I didn't notice much of a difference with the ISOFIT. It pretty much felt the same. Like I didn't notice a big difference in the shoe. Like I've been running the guide since the guide 7, and this is now the Saucony guide 13. So I've been running it a long time.
Just a wee bit. Just before you start scoring.
Like this is the guide is my go-to training shoe. Because I do collapse in a little bit at the arch there, so it does provide that extra support for me for when I collapse in. It keeps me in that neutral position, prevents me getting injured. So I mean, I just find, like, I used to run on the Asics GT1000s and ran them for years, and then once I started working in the shop, got introduced to Saucony. Never worn them before, and thought, you know what, I'll go for these, see what they're like, and never looked back. Just thought that, you know, this suited my fit a lot better than the Asics did. But yeah, I mean, on previous models, did I notice much of a difference? There's a wee bit of extra bounce, like you said, in comparison to the ISO and the FORMFIT cushioning. The PWRRUN does definitely have a little bit of extra bounce. They changed the supports as a bit more natural in comparison to the other brand or the other models. So they've actually changed the shoe quite significantly.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a completely new shoe. To me, anyway, compared to the previous version I had. I do think it's a completely new shoe, like I said.
They changed the TPU unit, the support. They've changed the upper. They took away the ISO fit.
Essentially, the only thing it's the same compared to the previous version is the laces. If you love the laces, they haven't changed.
They changed the shoe quite a lot, but I mean, I think in terms of the feel in the actual run itself, it doesn't feel too much different.
I know, like. When I had I think it was the 9s or the 10s, it was always two-way. It was like flippers on my feet, so it felt like it was dragging the shoe with me. Whereas now it fits a bit more snug. It fits a bit more like a sock essentially. And it's to do with this kind of new upper and this kind of memory foam feel in the inside around the heel collar. But yeah, I was never a fan of the whole ISO fit, and I think this is a massive improvement for Saucony. Now, I know you're going to score like a 10 out of 5, but that's biased. But yeah, even in terms of size as well, I think you would probably want to go up a half size.
So yeah, definitely. I usually wear a 9.5 in them. I did previously, before the ISO fit models came out, I was wearing a 9, and then over the last couple of years they have got a little bit smaller, so I have wear a 9.5.
You've been wearing them since the 7th edition. You might have just you're in 12.
I was in 12 to make it right.
But yeah, I'd say with your size 9, I'm a size 9. I would need a 9.5 definitely in there. But yeah, what would you score out of 5?
I think for an everyday training shoe, you know, this is it.
Yeah,
this is the one I've been waiting for. This is the number 5 for me. This is the perfect shoe for me. That is. Like I know people might put the shoe on and they mightn't like it, but for me, I just find this suits my foot so much. It's probably better than any other shoe really does. It just, you know, sometimes you put on a stability shoe and some people feel that sort of bump in the heel, and like for me, like I don't feel that at all. It almost feels like I'm just sliding on a slipper. So it's a perfect wee shoe for me. So I would say, for me, it's a 5. Like I can't go wrong with it. It's my go-to shoe. So what do you think?
For me, well, obviously I a history of tons and tons of problems with injuries and stuff. And in terms of kind of that shoe, it just wouldn't suit me. It's a 8mm heel toe drop. I would need something a bit hard just because of my Achilles problems. There's not enough support in it. Even though it's a mild support shoe, I have gimpy feet. There's no escaping that. I need something coming from a neutral runner as well before. I need something to be a bit more structured and know that now. But for me, compared to the previous version, which I had years ago, it's a 10 out of 5. But overall, I'd probably say a 4.
A 4?
I would give it a 4 actually.
Not a 5?
I wasn't expecting it. No, not yet. Maybe down in the future. But compared to what I was expecting to give it, once I put it on, done the run on it, it's completely different.
I mean, there is a nice smooth transition from heel to toe on them, and they're not that heavy either. They're coming in at 289 grams, which is not too bad for an everyday trainer. Like, you could use this for 5k, 10k, half marathon. Like, whatever.
Normally we would recommend them. The shoe brands would recommend that you go, but no more than maybe after 300 miles you think about upgrading and getting a new pair of shoes. If you run on 100 miles a week,
you're changing. You're going further quite quickly. Now, for me, I've done too many miles in them.
Too many.
Too many miles in them. So like I probably got about 600, 700 miles out of my last pair, and now I'm gonna get a new pair. Probably ran them into the ground a little bit too much, to be fair. But definitely, once they start running them, they're such a nice shoe. They do the job. They absorb that impact when you're on the ground. They've got that little bit of support that prevents you from collapsing in. It doesn't give me any issues. I mean, it's literally like I literally walk in. I don't even have to try them on half the time. I'm just literally like 9.5.
Here's my money.
Saucony guy, take my money. Like it's just, I just know this shoe's gonna suit for me. Like I just don't need. It's just literally my go-to trainer.
But in summary, it's a 8mm heel toe drop. It comes in at 289 grams. It's for the mild support runner, and it is extremely cushioned compared to its previous models. So it is like a completely new shoe. So if you've been wearing the ISOFIT previously and you're still wearing the ISOFIT versions, then it's definitely something to look towards. It's a new shoe essentially.
Yeah, I think I would say if you enjoyed the ISOFIT and enjoyed the FORMFIT cushion, you're gonna enjoy this one too.
This is an upgrade, so this,
yeah, I mean, I enjoy this one as well, and like, I mean, you'll enjoy it. I think it's a good shoe.
Yeah. But yeah, that's us for episode number 10.
Yeah,
so it is
10 weeks.
10 weeks of this.
But yeah, definitely give us a wee comment, see what you want to like come in the future, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you.